Hey, welcome to part 2 of my Mexican boho adventure. As usual, I have an amazing haul of very eclectic finds and some amazing vintage. My usual entry and exit point in Mexico is the city of Guadalajara, and just south of there lives my friend Donna French. We have been friends for a very long time since she owned a place right next to mine on the coast. I always have such a great visit with my friend Donna. This is us at a chili cook-off 10 years ago. I was so excited for my first day of thrifting in Mexico, and our first stop was this vendor. It's one of Donna's favorites, and I've actually bought a couple things here as well. So many beautiful, colorful things. So pretty, except that I was on the hunt for secondhand goods that day. Look at those runners. They are gorgeous, and I actually have a couple of those in my house on the coast. And those little animals, they are so adorable. Are those not the cutest? I had Donna stop so I could get a shot of these cute little miniature horses. They were so cute. They were just wandering around downtown. In Mexico, thrift stores are actually called bazaars, and there are a ton of them between Chapala and Ajijic, because it just happens to be a huge expat community full of Americans and Canadians that have so much stuff that they had to open up these little charity shops. So a lot of these little thrift stores actually benefit a cause, which is really a wonderful way to get rid of stuff you no longer need and benefit the community at the same time. And of course, provide a thrifting opportunity for somebody like me. I actually like that piece, but I think the pricing on these was really high. This whole store seemed to be pretty high. That little tiny one was like $20. A good thrifter knows never to get discouraged when you walk out empty-handed from one store, because the next store could be a complete gold mine, as this one was. Although I didn't buy that apple. It's so cute, and it would have looked so good in my house, and I left it behind. But that watercolor caught my eye, and it was a great price, and so I had to grab it. And there I am looking at that apple again. And I really did mean to set it on the counter. And I'm not sure how I got so distracted that I left it behind. very cool vase, and it's signed, but I was really trying to resist buying breakable pottery. But these rose paintings were so incredible. The only thing is I would have bought those, except they were too big to fit in my Rubbermaid bin, so I had to leave them behind. Pier 1. But underneath were hand-painted Talavera plates. I would have picked up that little copper pot with the lid, except that I had already picked up a bunch of copper when I was in the Poulsbo area. I kind of dug that green glass vase, and I'm not sure why I set it back down. That was really cool. Our last stop of the day was my favorite, which is this incredible nursery right by Donna's house. Not only does she have acres of beautiful tropical plants, and some not so tropical like the foxgloves, but it is dotted with all kinds of architectural salvage, vintage items, ornamental items. Like, look at these wonderful vintage, huge pots. I'm not sure if they're copper or metal or brass, but they're incredible. These were just amazing, and I would just kill to have them in my store. I love repurposing industrial items like she has done here. Just gives them a new life. And even though I didn't get a film inside this little cabin, it is really cool on the inside. Gosh, even just looking at the video, I'm seeing things that I would have loved to have bought from her. I'll tell you what I did buy though. I bought that. Then it was off to the barn where she was setting up for a garage sale. That was kind of cool, but it wasn't so unusual that I couldn't leave it behind. But look at this. That is crazy. And look at the cupids hanging from the ceiling and that funky art. So I did buy these and turned them into a shelf after I painted them. And I bought that. And I definitely bought that. Then I hopped on the bus to my next destination, which was Morelia, Michoacan, in a first class bus, which was so comfy. I had never been to this part of Mexico, so it was really interesting watching the countryside go by. And if you didn't get to see last week's video, you're gonna have to catch that. That's my trip to Morelia and Poulsbo. And then just like that, I was back in Chapala 2 weeks later. And my one and only stop was at the nursery because she had told us that she was setting up for a garage sale and there was going to be a ton more stuff coming in. And so I had to stop by and see if she had anything left. And I just had to film all this great stuff. This wasn't her garage sale stuff. This was in a separate barn where she had some really cool pieces. I regret not asking her how much that piece was because I think I could have snuck that right into the car on top of the other pieces of furniture I bought. Right away, I eyed that wooden hand-carved bowl and this little pottery bowl that I thought was so cute. And I so wish these chairs were at home. I would have snatched those up. But I did grab this basket, which I thought was so beautiful. I found some really good things there. Just wait till you see. That was so cool. It almost looked like a form for some kind of pottery jug, but it was so heavy and large that I really didn't think it would have been a good thing to bring home. She had so many of these, but you know, in retrospect, I think I overpaid. I think I paid $1.25 a piece for these, which I think is a little pricey for a garage sale in Mexico. So I was on the road once again, this time heading to my house in the little town of Atacama, Nayarit, which is about 3.5 hours north of Guadalajara on a really easy to drive freeway through some beautiful countryside. When I start going downhill, all I have to do is see those Jaguar crossing signs, and I know that I am very close to home. And here I am heading to my house on the coast, where it's tropical and warm and gorgeous. Hey, so wasn't that a lot of fun? So now I just want to get straight into the haul because I have so much to show you. So I can't remember what I got at each store, but I picked up this beautiful piece of pottery. I do not think this is old at all, but I just loved the subject matter. It's this big fat bird, and I love the two little handles. So it's so cute. I doubt I will be able to take this home because I'm trying to avoid packing any pottery, but I couldn't leave it behind. I got some great pieces of art. I usually always pick up art when I'm in Lake Chapala. So this is a great piece. It's very Mexican. It is an older piece, and I think it's just really well done. It's very charming. And then I'm a sucker for pastels and watercolors. And this one actually came from Vancouver, BC, because again, a lot of the stuff that winds up at these charity thrift stores are donated by Americans and Canadians. So this was actually from Vancouver. I picked up these two pieces of pottery. I love the color scheme on this one. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is completely hand painted. Look at the detail on that. So cute. It's even signed on the back. And then this tray, which I love, it is very Mexican, and this could be an older piece. And what's interesting is the way that handicrafts are made has not changed in hundreds of years. So you could have something that looks like this, and it could be 100 years old, or it could be a year old, or even newer. This piece obviously was not made in Mexico, but I really thought it was cool. It's this tapestry, this needlepoint banner, and it's got a very Asian motif to it. And this one I paid 40 pesos, which is approximately $2. This one I will probably put online when I get home. These ones I'm keeping for the house, and there are these sconces. Now, aren't those cool? They're very Mexican, but I don't ever see sconces in people's houses. But I added some wire so they could be hung. And then my friend Donna actually suggested I find a piece of wood to put on top of it, and so I could turn it into a shelf to display more stuff. I have more hand-painted pottery. This very cute little bird. I think this is an older piece. It looks older to me. It's just really sweet. I'm gonna try to, and this one's also signed. So I'm gonna try to pack this carefully and bring this home. And then this is really common, but I never get tired of this kind of pottery. It's called Talavera pottery. And as usual, it's always hand painted, but look at that gorgeous design. And these are getting more and more expensive. So whenever I could pick these up secondhand, I do. So more art. I got this beautiful, beautiful still life fruit on a pile of books. I don't know if it came from Canada or the US or Mexico, but I just love it. It's on a board so that I can easily pack it up and take it home. So that's coming home with me. And then look at this one. She is gorgeous. She looks Mexican. Again, it could still be from the US or Canada. But, it's got somebody's name on it, and she is Mexican, and she's actually from the little town of Ajijic. So, beautiful piece. I just absolutely love these portrait paintings. And she will be going home with me. And then this is the one I'm super, super excited about. I may very well keep this because it is so cool and so unusual. I bought this at the nursery in Lake Chapala, but is that just amazing? It's kind of got this like dark Gothic look to it, and kind of this fantasy feel as well. This is all velvet, and then it's like touched in gold, but I just think that's amazing. And it doesn't really go with anything that I own, but I am so intrigued with this. If I decide to sell it, I don't think I would sell it for less than probably $275, because again, I'm sure you're going to relate to this, but whenever I really love something and I kind of don't want to sell it, I will put a high price on it so that if it doesn't sell, I can justify keeping it. But super cool. I actually think it's worth $275 because it's such a unique piece, and it is very old. Look at the back. So very old, very cool. I am so excited to be showing you these next pieces that came from what's now become one of my favorite stops, that gorgeous nursery. She has the most eclectic taste and has some really amazing stuff. And so anyways, let's start with this piece. So look at this. It's kind of like an Olmec indigenous piece of pottery, and it's got a broken piece. So she gave me a really good deal on this. She only charged me, I think, like $7 for this. So I'm gonna hang this outside, like on the wall of my raised pool, and I think it's gonna look really good. Wonderful baskets from her, and I actually do not think that these are Mexican. I think somebody probably consigned these, but look how amazing that is. And even though I'm tempted to leave them here, I may leave this one here because I think it looks really good on this piece of furniture I bought from her. But I think this one for sure I'm taking home. And if there are any like anybody out there who is an expert on Indian baskets, that is a genre that I have no knowledge in. So I would love to know if this is like a Native American piece. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. Again, I would love to leave it here, but I think the elements on the coast are pretty rough on things like this. I got this awesome little trencher, wood trencher. Look at, or is it train? Like a train trencher, train tray. Anyways, I love it. It's chippy, it's cracked, it's used, it's got patina. It was obviously hand carved, and this could very well be from Mexico. I think it probably is. Anyways, I just love it. It's a great display piece. I will take this home, and I will probably put this online, or it'll go to the store. So I also bought this Witchell piece. So the Witchells are an indigenous tribe that live here where my house is in the state of Nayarit. And they do this very detailed string art. And I have never seen a mask like this. So this is really interesting. I don't know how old it is. I did pay up for this, but I love these pieces. And even though it would be perfect in my house, I think I will take it home. I don't know how old these next pieces are. Well, one of them looks new, but look at this one. This piece of pottery. Oh my gosh, is that just super cool? I love the design on it, and it's all faded and again crusty, and it even has a repair right there, but I didn't care. It doesn't even sit level either, but I thought it was just amazing. And again, it would make an amazing display piece. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I think I also paid up for this one. Because she really knows her stuff, and she knows what's vintage, and she definitely charges extra for that, but it was still a good deal. And then I got this sweet little piece. Isn't she adorable? I've never seen a piece like this in Mexico before, but I thought she was so sweet. So she's gonna go home with me, and I'll probably take her to the store, and she'll be for sale, but we'll also probably put other little trinkets and things that I bought for the store and use this to display other items. It's funny that I am part of a Facebook group for vendors who also have like antique booths. And I was commenting on somebody's license plate that they had in their booth. It was like this beautiful baby blue. And I was thinking to myself, man, it's been a while since I found license plates. And they actually sell really well. It's hard to find things that men would be interested in, and they are always interested in license plates. So I was so happy that I found some. So I found a Texas plate. I found a California plate, an old one, the Golden State. And I found, where's this from? Semi-permanent Maine. So I love these. These are super popular, and I can't wait to get them to the store. I really love this next piece. So he is not old, but look at the work on that. That is all hand painted, and what a gorgeous piece. So this is a picture. I'm just going to use it as a display item on this piece of furniture I bought, but oh, I am so glad I picked him up. I don't know why, but this guy weighs a ton. Oh my gosh, he is heavy. I saw this, and amazingly, she only wanted $7.50 for him, and I couldn't leave him behind. I think he's kind of funky, kind of eclectic, and he is so heavy and large that he's not coming home. He's gonna stay here at the house, but I already found a great spot for him. The other big item I found is this kind of indigenous. It's a lady with a child or a very tiny man, but I thought this would make a great kind of a garden ornament. I think I'm gonna put her on my deck for a while, see how she looks there, and if I don't like her there, I'm gonna move her to the garden. But I love this piece, and this one was like $13, so really inexpensive. Then the last piece I got is this one. She had two of these, and I only grabbed one because I wasn't sure I really liked it. It's a pot, right? And you could actually hang it on the wall, but I actually like it this way, flat like that. And I thought like a little cactus would be really cute inside of it. So this is also gonna sit on that piece of furniture that I bought, because I think it looks really good. So the last items I have to show you are these little I don't know what you would call them, embellishments, I guess. So she had like boxes and boxes of embellishments, and the ones that attracted me were like these little moons, right? And these whales. Look how sweet those whales are. So these are all made of resin, and so they're pretty durable, although this one's fin broke off. And she gave me a really good deal, so I got a pile of these. I got the bigger set, the bigger moons, and then the little moons, and then the whales. I think they're adorable. They're gonna make a great display in the store, and I'll probably only charge maybe like $3 for the big moons and $2 for the little pieces. But I just love unique items like that. So I wanted to show you these last two pieces, which are huge. So I got this little coffee table. It's super rustic for my patio, and I paid $30 for it, which is 600 pesos. I think it looks really great, especially styled with that bowl and those pottery beads. And then this was what she had in front of her little cabana cabin. And this is a married piece. It's a treadle sewing machine on the bottom. and she was saying that the top was a filtration board that was used in a manufacturing facility. But I think it's awesome. I think it looks great in that corner, and you see that that big man with the little head is right there, and I think he looks pretty good there too. So that's my house in Mexico. I've owned this property for 21 years through several marriages, and it has endured in my life, and I just really enjoy being here. I'm not here very often, unfortunately, because I have businesses to run at home. But if you are ever interested in taking a trip off the beaten path, it is available for rent, and you can find it on Airbnb under Casa Carina in Atacama, Nayarit. Hey, so that's it for me in part 2 of Boho Beautiful Mexico. I am so glad you joined me for this, and that if you get out and you get to do some thrifting, I really hope the thrifting gods are with you and you find some fabulous stuff. And otherwise, I will see you soon.